So as far as pants go, I have tan pants, jeans, and these black pants, but recently I've become too thick from like all the glute training I've been doing recently, and I can't fit the jeans, so we're down to 2. Anyway, today we are back from lovely Saudi Arabia, and today we're talking about validation. More importantly, why you shouldn't outsource your validation, as in don't leave it to other people, you know, keep it to yourself, okay? So the main issue here with, you know, sourcing your validation from other people and relying on that so much, outsourcing it, is the fact that as soon as you do that, you're no longer in control about that, and if that's a big determinant for your mood and your mental well-being, you know, you don't have any control about it. It's just other people's opinions, and as soon as you start trying to seek that, you'll quickly realize that that seeking behavior just materializes to nothing at all. Like if you see people, you know, fully extended on a car payment they can't really afford, and you know, they're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck just to have a car that is, you know, looks nice in the public eye. And then at the same time, if you do that and then someone says they don't even like your car, like you've done all these things for other people, but you're not actually getting anything, and now you're like still broke. Like, this is the reason I have this cheap bike. Like, I just bought it in cash for not much. I can do the maintenance myself, and it, you know, it does the job. Like, I don't really mind if people think I'm poor. It's, you know, I'm happy just to put my money elsewhere into something that's actually going to benefit me. Another like validation seeking behavior I see people do is like trying to reap validation before they've actually done the thing that was meant to get them the validation. Like, I'm sure you've heard someone say before, oh, I'm actually going to start training for a half marathon or whatever, and they're like trying to harvest validation from everyone in their circle, but it's like they haven't done anything. And the problem there is, if you if you really reach for all this validation, you're getting all this dopamine in for something you haven't even accomplished. Once that's all over, it's like, oh well, now I actually have to train for it, and there's no like good feedback I'm getting from doing that. So a lot of people just say they're going to do it, get all this validation, then don't actually do it, which circles back into the fact that they're not actually getting anything from the validation. Like, it's not materializing to anything. As well, these people, like, I've done it before when I was younger and maybe a bit more insecure, maybe towards like into high school, start of university, when my running was going really well, like it still is. But what I would used to do is trying to like squeeze it into the conversation so I could like show off a little bit that my running's going really well, but it just doesn't, like, people see through that. It doesn't look good. Like, you don't want to be so needy and seeking that validation, and if they don't care, you're just flat on your face and you feel terrible and you have no control over that. So it just doesn't work, okay? And as well, even if you do want that validation from other people, because a lot of the time if you do something good, you're going to get it regardless. It's not like something you can absolutely avoid entirely. It's a lot better if you just get it without actually trying to force it. Like for me now, running's a big part of my life, okay? And it's gonna come out in any conversation when I'm getting to know someone without me trying to put it out there. It's usually them asking me, and then, you know, it looks better because I look a bit more modest because I'm not being so needy. I'm not like, oh, give me the validation, please, I'm good. Please say I'm good at running. It's not good. And again, it doesn't materialize to anything, okay? You're much better off just getting that when you've actually accomplished the full goal, because that way you're getting that intrinsic validation, which is far better. You've accomplished that goal that you've set internally. You're relying on that, and, you know, validation from other people is just a byproduct at that point. Now, my second point here is that for a lot of people, when they search for this validation and rely on it from other people, it can really make you quite hesitant to try something new. It can really make you scared to fail, because if your self-worth is very much so tied up in other people's opinions, of course when you try something new, there's a very high chance that, well, there's a pretty much near certain chance you're going to be useless initially, and there's a moderate chance you're going to fail, as opposed to if you just would like stay doing the things that you always do, you know, do your regular job, do your regular hobbies, never try anything new, never throw yourself out there, never take a risk, because probably it's going to fall flat on its face, and then you're going to be, you know, embarrassed probably because you're so tied up in other people's opinions. Here comes another car. Sounds good. Easy. Thanks. And as well, if you start talking about these things, people are really going to aim to hold you back probably, you know, maybe not the people in your immediate circle, but maybe the wider circles. A lot of people are just bitter and don't want you to do well, so they're probably going to discourage you from actually trying the new thing. I thought this road would be a bit quieter. And therefore, if you're tied up in the opinions of these other people who are like, oh, don't do that, you might fail, you're never actually going to try things. And like once you've embraced failure a couple times, a lot of the time, if you're just taking like a smaller risk, you only lose what, like a few hours of your time at most. It's like hours a lot of the time aren't a super scarce resource. It's like you got a whole nother, I don't know, after sleep 16 hours the next day. So it's not a big deal, okay? And especially if you've like not gone out of your way to seek validation and tell people about the thing you're gonna try. Usually if it just falls flat on your face, you don't even have to talk about it. You can just have that to yourself and take away whatever lesson you learned. So seeking validation really disables you from, you know, seeking new challenges and trying new things. Because you're scared to fail. I mean, it's embarrassing. But you'll realize once, if it's like a very internal thing, it's not going to hit your self-worth very much if you fall flat on your face, because, as I said, it's very likely to happen if you try something new. So anyway, I guess the takeaway here is, you know, don't be too tied up in other people's opinions. Of course, people in your close circles, if they're all telling you the same thing, maybe you have to consider it, because those people usually do care about you and want the best for you. But for the most part, keep your self-worth very much so tied into, you know, your intrinsic goals, and what your self-perception of yourself is. You know, really get lost in that self-reflection, and I'm sure you'll come out with better results and, you know, a stronger mindset. So yeah, that's been mostly it. If you enjoyed this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. If you enjoyed this video, I was deviating quite a bit from my regular nutritional content, but if you like this, you might enjoy this video here. It's another mindset video, but yeah, that's been me. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.